The Democratic Alliance has announced changes to its portfolios, appointing the former spokesperson and Deputy Chief Whip Siviwe Gwarube as the new Chief Whip in the National Assembly. Natasha Mzone, who held that position for the last 3 years, will now serve as the party's representative on the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence. In other changes, Nokul Masipa is the new spokesperson for Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development. Diane Kohler-Barnard goes back to communications. The DA's newest member of Parliament, Marina van Zyl, is a new member on the Committee on Basic Education. The national spokesperson position goes back to Solly Malatsi alongside Celius Brink. We're joined now by our reporter, Athi Mtongana. She's live at Parliament. Athi, good afternoon to you. What's the Democratic Alliance saying about these changes?
A very good afternoon, Stephen. Well, I do have the leader of the DA, John Stenez, and thank you so much for your time. Talk to us about these changes and why did you decide to remove Natasha Mzone from the position of being the Chief Whip?
Well, obviously we've been looking at our options ahead of the 2024 election and obviously looking at how we could maximize our lineup. Natasha has been moved to the State Security portfolio precisely because of the revelations that came out of the Zondo Commission, but also what's tumbling out of the closet in the Section 194 hearing, where it is essentially very clear that the State Security Agency remains the last castle of state capture in the country. It's very worrying. It's now been put under the presidency. And I need someone who's going to go in there and kick the door open on this particular issue and change the model of oversight of the State Security Agency.
So she wouldn't be able to do it if she was the Chief Whip?
No, because you need to be full-time committed to this process. There's 3 private members' bills that need to be brought to the House to deal with the State Security Agency, as well as overhauling the model. I think that Siviwe Gwarube has been the Deputy Chief Whip, has been able to step up to the role, and I think she's going to do remarkably well here in Parliament. She's already demonstrated in her role as Deputy Chief Whip that she has what it takes to be able to take the fight to the ANC and the Programming Committee and the Chief Whips Forum and to restore Parliament, which is going to need somebody here fighting full-time to be able to do that.
A lot of people coming from the reaction now based on the changes that you've made are asking what this position is, the other one that Natasha will now have to head up insofar as is it security for you, for the leader of the opposition? Talk to us about what is it?
So the President's got a National Security Advisor. His name's Charles Nakula. And the National Security Advisor's role is to give advice on the security status in the country, particularly around state security and intelligence, but also with the growing threat of violence and unrest that we have around the country, to be able to be making recommendations on how this can be contained and what steps need to be put in place to ensure that there is going to be an adequate policing and also security cluster response. So it is quite a wide-ranging role. And that she will be reporting directly into my office on this particular matter.
Was it there before?
No, it wasn't there before. But given the need that we've seen arising from the growing unrest around the country, the scenes in July last year, and also the scenes that we've seen taking place in parts of Gauteng now, it's very clear there needs to be a far more coordinated security cluster approach to how we're going to contain violence spilling over into communities, causing the type of damage that we saw particularly in July last year.
Quickly, John, before I let you go, I am running out of time. The motion of no confidence in President Cyril Ramaphosa, as alluded to by Julius Malema in that press briefing that they had, are you going to table it?
Well, we're not going to table it because our point with the committee has been that we'll be happy to cooperate with the opposition parties, but we believe that the Section 89 process that's already been initiated needs to be either brought to fruition or kicked out of the arena first. We believe it's a division of the focus. If you're now bringing a motion of no confidence and a Section 89 impeachment motion at the same time, it doesn't make sense to us. So we'd rather dispose of the one properly, and then obviously we can look at whether we bring the other one into play. But I think tabling 2 at the same time for us didn't make much sense. Also, we believe that the cart has been put before the horse. We believe that what should have arisen first is a ad hoc committee, like we had with Nkanda, to establish the prima facie case first before asking the panel through the Speaker's office to try and determine it.
I would have loved to engage you on that matter, but I have to leave it there for now. We're running out of time. Stephen, you heard it from the leader of the official opposition party, John Stenez.
Athi Mtongana at Parliament, thank you.